I woke up last night with its face inches from mine. Pale skin stretched across bone, empty sockets where eyes should have been, and a mouth that opened wider than any human mouth could. It did not speak. It only breathed, wet and shallow like air being dragged through a throat full of water. I could not move. I could not scream. I could only stare until my vision blurred and the thing melted back into the shadows of my room. This was not the first time I saw it, but I know it will not be the last. When I moved into this house, I thought I was escaping noise and chaos. A small place by the woods sounded like peace. The first nights were quiet enough that I felt safe. Then came the scratching. At first it was faint, like a branch brushing the wall. Scrape paws, always in the same spot beside my bed. I tried to ignore it, but my body tensed with every sound. The second night it grew louder. I switched on the lamp and it stopped instantly. When I turned the light off it returned, patient and steady. On the third night the sound shifted to the window. I woke and found the curtain swaying though the air was still. The latch was open. I know I had locked it. As I leaned to close it I caught a reflection. Something crouched low outside the glass. A pale shape that ducked away the moment I moved. I shut the window so hard the frame rattled and I did not sleep again until dawn. I told myself it was stress or exhaustion. That worked until I saw the marks. Faint lines trailing down the wall in sets of 4. When I touched them, paint crumbled away. They were not there before. Each day new scratches appeared. My bed frame, my dresser. Even the floorboards bore deep grooves as if something with claws had been pacing. I armed myself with a bat and left the lights on. I waited. Hours dragged by until around 3 in the morning the bulb flickered and died. The room sank into heavy blackness. My phone slipped in my sweaty hand as I tried to turn on its flashlight. Then I heard it, breathing, slow, steady, coming from the foot of the bed. I raised the light and the beam caught it. A body crouched on all fours, skin pallid, stretched tight over bone's head, tilted unnaturally. Its fingers were long, curved nails biting into the mattress. Its face turned toward me, eyeless yet fixed on mine. My body froze. In the instant I blinked, the bed was empty, but the sheets bore torn gashes where its hands had been. After that night, it returned again and again, sometimes whispering words I could not understand, sometimes only watching. I searched online and found others had seen the same thing. They called it the Rake. Descriptions matched exactly. A hairless, gaunt figure that appears in bedrooms at night, leaves people paralyzed, and slowly drains them of their sanity. I began to lose my grip. I saw it during the day now. In the hallway mirror standing behind me. In the corner of the living room, crouched low. Once while driving I glanced in the rearview mirror and saw it sitting silently in the back seat. When I turned it was gone, but the smell of damp earth lingered as if it had only just left. Sleep became impossible. The more I resisted, the heavier my body felt. One night I finally collapsed. I woke to a crushing weight on my chest. My arms refused to move. At the edge of my vision I saw it climb onto me. Its skin was cold and wet. It lowered its face to mine and opened its mouth impossibly wide. A guttural noise rumbled from deep inside it, vibrating in my skull. My heart stuttered. My breath caught. Then I jerked awake screaming. Scratches covered my arms and chest, fresh and bleeding. I fled to a friend's house thinking distance would save me. The first night was calm. The second night I heard soft scratching outside the guest room door. On the third night, my friend asked why I had been standing in his hallway staring into his room. I had not left the bed. That was when I realized the Rake was not bound to the house. It was bound to me. It followed me to work. I would glance up from my desk and see pale fingers gripping the edge of the cubicle wall. Coworkers noticed how pale and sick I looked. They could not see it. Only I could. It wanted me alone. It wanted me exhausted. Every time it came closer, my body weakened. My hands shook constantly. I felt feverish and cold at once. I tried recording it. Every camera failed. files filled with static. Once the lens cracked as if something had pressed claws into it. I begged for help online, but people only laughed or told me to sleep more. I do not think they understood that sleep is the trap. Sleep is when it draws closest. Last night was the worst. I woke and the house was silent. No wind, no crickets, no distant hum of the refrigerator, only silence thick and heavy. At the foot of the bed, a pale outline crouched. This time it did not vanish when I looked. It crawled forward inch by inch until its face hovered above mine. I could not breathe. It lifted a long finger and pressed it to my lips. The touch was freezing. Then it whispered one word in a voice that was not human: soon. Since then I feel it even when I cannot see it. My body grows weaker. Sometimes I look at my own hands and the nails seem longer, sharper. My skin seems paler in the mirror. I fear it is not only haunting me but changing me. Each night I wake less myself. I do not know what will happen when it finally decides that soon has arrived. Maybe it will kill me. Maybe it will take what is left of me and leave only that pale, crawling thing in my place. Maybe that is how it spreads. If you are hearing this, consider it a warning. Do not search for the sound outside your window. Do not ignore the scratching in your walls. Do not convince yourself it is a dream, because once you notice it even for a second, it never lets you go. And if tonight you wake to the sound of breathing beside your bed, do not open your eyes, because if you do, it will already be too late.